What's up guys, Steven here, welcome back to another video. So Sony has just released a brand new Sony Bravia ZG9 TV. It's the first 8K HDR TV available in 85 and massive 98 inches. I could already test out this model, and today in this review we're going to check out if this TV is really worth the high price. At the CES 2019, Sony showed its new Master Series TVs, and while the AG9 will be appealing to many, it's the ZG9 LCD that created most of the headlines. Why? Simply because it's Sony's first 8K TV and it's really stunning. To celebrate the kickoff, Sony has invited me to Munich to test the ZG9 in the 25 Hours Hotel, and they even brought some sick equipment for testing it. If you look at the TV, then you will see that the Sony ZG9 is huge and imposing, but it's also rather pretty and elegant. The first thing you'll notice is that it's a thick screen. It's a thick display as a result of the size of the screen and the use of direct LED backlight and the impressive speaker system. If you're looking for a super slim TV, you might be better off with the ZG9's OLED sibling, the 4K AG9. Overall, I'm not really impressed by the design, but for their first 8K TV and the fact that it is direct LED, it's okay. Also, I guess when you got a home cinema, you don't care too much about having a super styled super slim TV. Just something that bothered me a little bit are the stands, which wobble a little bit, so for a premium TV that expensive, it should be better. But I guess most of the people would wall mount this beast anyway. The bigger 98-inch version comes with a massive stand to support the heavy weight. The Master Series is nothing for the average customer. It's a high-end home cinema TV for really demanding consumers who want the most realistic picture you can get. When I had a briefing on this TV at the CES 2019, they often said that it comes very close to professional monitors that are used in film production, and that means that you're feeling the creator's intent. That means you will see the colors, the brightness, exactly like the creator of the movie wanted you to see it, because he has seen them on the reference monitor like this. Actually, that's really impressive. But beside 8K resolution, it features some improved functions to make the picture even better. 8K X Reality Pro takes care of the upscaling, and I've seen that, and it makes from full HD content really content that looks like 4K, and it's using a new dedicated 8K database for apparently more precision and detail. And this also works with 8K Extended Dynamic Range Pro, which boosts the brightness when necessary in specific areas and works in conjunction with the Backlight Master Drive Full Array Local Dimming feature, which independently controls the backlight's LED zones. But Sony isn't really specific on the number of zones that the ZG9 backlight has. The peak brightness has gone up to 3000 nits, and I have to say it looks really stunning. I could also play around with the Konica Minolta Spectroradiometer CS2000, which is used to measure brightness, black tones and color, all together with the 4K Ultra HD and HDR generator from Meridio, and confirm these values. It's not all about the panel. Even more important when it comes to 8K is the processor of the TV, which is doing the upscaling. Inside of the X1 Ultimate chip, last seen on Sony's previous Master Series TVs, the ZF9 and AF9, it runs all the features such as X Motion Clarity, the latest version of the company's much loved motion processing, X Wide Angle, which is designed to improve the viewing angles when compared to other backlit TVs, and much more. HDR of course forms an important part of the 8K ZG9 feature list. It supports HDR10, HLG and Dolby Vision, and HDR10 Plus isn't on board, with Sony claiming it doesn't need it, as its own processing does a similar job. Beyond HDR format support, which also works super well in games, Sony is also supporting cinematic standards, with both IMAX enhanced and Netflix calibrated on the feature list. Both are designed to give you a picture that is as closely as possible and reflects the creator's intent, which is very much in line with the claimed intentions of the Master Series. I watched some movies with the latest 4K Blu-ray player and also from an 8K player, and the image is really stunning. Upscaled 4K looks amazing and the 8K content is just breathtaking. Also 8K gives you a totally different optimum viewing distance, and the optimum viewing distance to sit away from an 8K TV is 1.5 times the height of the TV, which is around 1.8 meters on the 85-inch version. You could sit closer and not see the individual pixels. At this sort of distance the image is really immersive and packed with detail, deep and three-dimensional. When I watched some 4K movies they looked very good, with smooth edges, excellent detail and very little in the way of banding or artifacts, so upscaling is done very good on the ZG9. The best picture is useless without some good audio. Sony's OLEDs use acoustic surface technology, but this is not possible on LCDs. The ZG9 instead uses 4 front-facing drivers, 2 built into the chunky bezel above the screen and 2 below. Compared to OLEDs such as the AF9, it certainly doesn't feel as if the sound would come as directly from the screen, but it's a lot better than on most TVs, and also this TV has some subwoofers. What's more, this ZG9 sounds richer, punchier and more dynamic than OLEDs. Like other Sony TVs, it can also be used as a center speaker in a home cinema system, thanks to a pair of speaker terminals on the rear of the set. Talking about the connectors, you can find all of them at the back after you have removed the plastic cover. The ZG9 features the most important connectors like 4 HDMI with HDCP 2.3 and 8K support, optical audio output, 3 USB ports, tuner, Ethernet and Wi-Fi, and all that is hidden behind some plastic covers. Speaking of the remote, Sony has finally, after years of complaints from the media, changed its remote control. The new remote avoids the overly stripped back approach of many rivals, but is also slicker and more ergonomic than its predecessor. It uses RF, so it doesn't require a line of sight for operation, and that's a very welcome addition. The TV is running Android TV, and this also brings Google Assistant integration, and also the ZG9 is compatible with Alexa. What's more, the microphone is built into the bezel of the TV, so there's no need to dig up the remote and hold the button down in order to issue your voice commands, but for sure you can do it. Also in the future, the TV will support AirPlay 2 and HomeKit, and here is a quick test. Play Iron Fist on Netflix. And as you can see, it's now opening Netflix, and the movie is starting, so that's pretty cool. The TV comes with Android TV 8.0 Oreo on board. Unfortunately, there is no Android 9 on it right now. A few things have changed, but I mostly just saw some optical changes, like the new action menu. Other than that, it's the same UI and user experience we know from older Sony TVs. The only downside is that the memory of the TV is still really small. I really would appreciate some bigger internal storage for us power users, but other than that, the Android experience is pretty smooth. Alright guys, so we're now here at the end of this first look video on the Sony Bravia ZG9. I think it's a really impressive TV, but seriously, it's not a consumer product. I mean, yes, it's a consumer product, you can buy it, if you have the money you can put it in your living room, but well, it's really big, it's super expensive, but also it's a really cool thing. So 8K, we're at the beginning of 8K right now. There is barely 8K content available, but in the next years there will be a lot of 8K. When we are getting 5G, we'll have enough bandwidth to stream 8K, and then 8K will be a thing. So I wouldn't rush into 8K right now, but it's still very impressive to see what the TVs right now are capable of. Also, this TV features the very famous Sony X1 Ultimate picture processor, which is really the best in class. So if you're looking for an 8K TV with the best image processor, well, then this is one of the devices to get, but also super expensive compared to, for instance, the 8K QLED TVs. Well, it was really a pleasure to have a closer look at the device right now. I'm really looking forward to the future, actually, to test it with some more 8K content and not some upscaled 4K content. So yeah, let me know your opinion down below in the comments. Would you buy such an expensive 8K TV? And tell me what you think about the TV. So as always guys, big thanks for watching. I'm Steven from Tech Magnet, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day and bye.